Welcome to Primetime Analysis. I am Victor Onyango. Now, you know that over the weekend, Pauline Njoroge, the Jubilee digital strategist, was arrested in Watamu. And one of the statements that came from the DCI was that Pauline was found in possession of a roll, two rolls containing some green plant that is suspected to be narcotics. She was also accused of having some tablets believed to be psychotropic drugs that are used in such aspect. So everybody carried that story. And we knew, while people knew that, okay, Pauline Njoroge may not be involved in such, let us wait and see how things will be in the court. But, today now was the day she was to be produced before the courts. And what comes out in the courts are some flimsy and frivolous charges that I ask myself, who is leading this government? Tomorrow we might be arrested for laughing, because if you read the charge sheet, for me, they are very crazy. Let me read it for you. Count one is that on 22nd of July 2023 at 12:09 p.m. at a known place within the Republic of Kenya, knowingly posted on your verified Twitter account. The massacre happening in Nyanza is heartbreaking. The images are painful to see. Men's organs are being mutilated. Other forms of atrocities, crimes against humanity, also happening, especially in Nyalenda area. Why would the government prosecute its people in such a manner? Why would it terrorize its own citizen? Unquote. Pauline Njoroge was arrested because of the tweet. I don't know whether this tweet were the drugs. I don't know whether these tweets were the roll of banks that they went to search in her room number 3 in Watamu. Now, it didn't get any crazier. Listen to the second count. Publication of false information contrary to Section 23 of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act number 5 of 2018. Pauline Njoroge Njoki on 21st day of July 2023 at unknown place within the Republic of Kenya published false information on your verified Twitter account at Pauline Njoroge, to which I quote, "So police officer will now be using South Sudan's number plates when going to raid homes of innocent Kenyans," unquote, knowing it to be false and calculated to cause panic and chaos among citizens of the Republic of Kenya. Now, because of that tweet, you saw the video from Citizen TV. They unveiled the video of the vehicles that went to raid President Uhuru Kenyatta's, the son's house. And that video showed that the vehicles were exactly in SSD plates, and those are South Sudan plates. She spoke the truth. She is causing chaos in the country. The third count 3, cyber harassment contrary to Section 27(1)(b) of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act number 5 of 2018. Pauline Njoroge, on 21st day of July 2023, at a known place within the Republic of Kenya, posted on your verified Twitter account at Pauline Njoroge, to which I quote, "Nikiweka Biblia chini, nachukua bunduki na kuweka dikteta." question mark, unquote, knowingly to be false and calculated to discredit the reputation of the head of state. Now we can be we can be arrested for discrediting the reputation of the head of state. How many times did people call President Uhuru Kenyatta Jaden? How many times did they? Hey, I don't know. I don't know what to say, my friends. I do not know what to say. I thought we were living in a constitutional country, a democratic, and a country that follows the rule of law. But by the kind of charges that we are seeing being proffered against people right now, don't be surprised one day if you hear that somebody has been arrested for laughing. Because these are charges that we can only see in Uganda. Has Kenya stooped this low? Surely. I do not know what the president targets or his agenda or what the security officers wanted to achieve. And in fact, some reactions that I've seen about these charges are very funny. Eh? People are giving out their minds and wondering what surely is the problem of this country. Hmm? What is the problem of this country? Because the charges are frivolous. Now listen to Donald Kipkorir. The charge sheet against Pauline Njoroge is by a politically excited policeman. No prosecutor from ODPP will draft such a pre-2010 charges. No sane magistrate will convict Pauline on the charges. The Watamu Court magistrate has a duty to quash the charges today and acquit her. Surely, I'm left without words. I'm left without words. Because I believed that we are not in a police state. I believed that we are in a democratic country where if any charge is brought to you, it should be legitimate and you should know how to respond to it. But when things are being concocted from all over to make a concoction that does not even taste well, where are we headed? I believe maybe because if you look at how she was arrested and how today she delayed to get to the courts, when she got to the courts, the judge also delayed getting there, and it was a little bit late when her charges were being given to her. I believe the DCI looked at what they said earlier and they realized they do not stand any ground, and therefore they had to put anything so that she can be produced before the courts. One thing I must say is that let us be very grateful for the Constitution 2010. By forcing the police to produce a suspect before the court of law 24 hours, within 24 hours after arrest, that is something that Kenyans must be very grateful for. And for those who fought for this constitution, Kenyans today and Kenyans in future will appreciate the work you did. Because this is the only defense that we have now. And we risk having our constitution being suspended if the judiciary also plays ball with what the executive is doing. I do not know how wide they will cast their net to fish out anybody who coughs at the name of the president or anybody who smiles or criticizes the government in one way or the other. If you want to ask anybody, the kind of allegations, the kind of name callings that Dennis Itumbi threw at President Uhuru Kenyatta, those posts, he was not taken to court for them. Why would the questions that Pauline Njoroge is just asking attract a police abduction? I think Kenyans, we really need to rethink and reset our minds. If this is the right charge sheet that was given at Watamu law courts, we are staring at dark days. And if the police cannot learn to be professional in how it deals with Kenyans, then I do not know what to say. That's a reaction for me about the whole question regarding Pauline Njoroge's case, because it is totally uncalled for. If these are the charges that a whole government machinery can post against a harmless individual, someone who has just gone for an holiday and is concerned about the deaths, the reported deaths that some of her countrymen and women are undergoing, could attract such kind of charges. This is a clear show. And I think even the president, wherever he sits, if he looks at that charge, he will say the police has failed him. So that is a bluff, and I don't know how they will recover from it. Let me just read the fourth charge count. Cyber harassment, contrary to section 27(1)(b) of the Computer Misuse and Crimes Act number 5 of 2018. Pauline Njoroge, on 21st day of July 2023, at a known place within the Republic of Kenya, posted on your verified Twitter account at Pauline Njoroge, to which I quote, William Ruto surely, question mark. This is how you want to stoop, question mark. Knowingly to be false and calculating to discredit the reputation of the head of state. Surely, let me also ask that. Someone has posted, William Ruto, surely. This is how low you want to stoop. That is, hey, I'm lost of words. They are saying that is something worth arresting you because you've asked the president, surely. Is this how low you want to stoop? Now that is something worth arresting somebody for and worth putting her behind bars all over for the whole of weekend and posting bad. And in fact, I think Pauline Njoroge should, at the end of this thing, he should sue DCI for trying to claim that she was in possession of hard drugs. This is something that must be looked at carefully. And I saw over the weekend people like David Ndii were saying that, hey, State House was a place where hard drugs were used, and therefore it is not far-fetched. She could be having those kind of things. I don't know what he is saying wherever he is, but I believe he has a thick skin and he does not want to hear anything that is happening in the country. So I don't know. Just give me your comments down in the comment section. Is this government headed in the right direction? What are these charges that we are seeing? Thank you. Please remember to subscribe and let's meet in our next analysis. Goodbye.